It's the weekly show about rAVe with the hottest news in the AV industry. It's rAVe TV. Give it up for Steph and Gary. Steph and Gary.
Hey everyone, this is Gary Kay and Steph Beckett. We are live on our weekly, the industry's only weekly live TV show known as rAVe TV. Steph, how are you?
I'm good, Gary. How are you?
I'm very well. I know you're disappointed that you didn't get a chance to see Twisters again in 40X.
No, I am, because they put it back into 40X theaters. If you keep up with this show, you know that Gary and I have talked about going to see movies in 40X, which is, overwhelming all of your senses in a certain movie theater experience. So there's smells, there's water, your chair shakes like you're on a roller coaster, but it shakes with the content. So it makes you feel like you are in the movie rather than watching
Well, you did get to see it once that way, though.
Yes. I saw Twisters that way. We have, we're here in the Triangle in North Carolina. So our one theater that had that was in Apex. And so a few of us went and saw it a couple weeks ago. And then when we went to go look it up again, because they're putting it back in 40X theaters because it was so successful the first time, the theater closed. So now we have to drive 2.5 hours to Charlotte if we want to go see anything.
I don't know if Twisters is good enough to drive 2.5 hours.
It is. It's you don't get it. It's so fun. Even I think the movie alone is like a fun time. It doesn't change your life. It's just like a good time. Kind of like the first Twister movie was. Yeah. It was just a fun movie. But now they have put the first Twister into 40X theaters as well, so you can pick which version of the movie.
I'm waiting for them to put Star Wars in 40X, right? Because then, can you imagine lightsabers in 40X?
No, it would feel like...
You see my lightsaber collection?
Oh, boy. I haven't in a minute.
I have 3 different models.
Oh.
There you go.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's my second model here. This is actually Darth Vader's.
Help. Actually. Wait, you brought this to a theater.
This is actually Kylo Ren's. In case you're wondering.
You brought this to a theater, did you not? When
I did.
The last Star Wars came out and we went as a company to go see it.
Yep.
Did you have a lightsaber? Like, did you battle another UNC teacher?
I did. We did have a lightsaber battle. He's good though. He actually knows how to wield a lightsaber.
Oh, he's got training.
I'm still a Jedi in training. I'm an apprentice. So
that's something.
Working on it. So I want to see. I don't know if you know this stuff, but Mandalorian is coming out in the theater. They're going to close the series with a movie.
And they're going to make it a movie. Okay.
Show. And there's another series coming out that I'm really excited about with Jude Law. It's called Skeleton Crew, and that will probably be pretty popular because the word is that it's very well made. They spent more money on that series than any of the others, and the writing is really good. That's been the problem with some of the series. The most recent one, Acolyte.
The Obi-Wan one?
No, Acolytes had terrible writing. Great director. They wasted a great director with terrible writing. But
I feel that. I feel that about a lot of the movies I've seen recently, where I'm like, okay, this would have been so good. The direction.
Why aren't they using ChatGPT to write the scripts? It would do much better if they just use ChatGPT to write the scripts than the scripts are coming up with now.
I can't tell if you're serious or not. Are you serious?
Yes, I'm serious.
ChatGPT cannot.
I'm gonna tell you something. I went to VCU's Brand Center yesterday.
Okay.
And toured the new. You know the Brand Center is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. For those that don't know, I think it's the only, if not one of only 2, master's programs in design, specifically advertising. So you can get a master's in art direction, you can get a master's in strategy. And I've had a number of students, many that you know, Steph, Samantha Howley, for example. We've had a number of students, probably 25, who've interned with us that have gone to the VCU Brand Center. I toured the Brand Center because they rebuilt the building. And they have integrated AI into everything. So basically, they instead of saying, you can't use AI, they're doing the exact opposite. They're saying you have to do the copywriting for this project has to be done completely by ChatGPT. So you have to keep prompting till you get the final result that's good enough to actually publish. all their social training now is all based on using Chat GPT. So it's really kind of interesting, and they actually have they're integrating Sora into it for video production.
Okay.
So yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting. I mean, AI is going to have a big effect on everything, not just AV, obviously.
I agree. I just don't think it cannot learn how to be quippy or clever or funny. Like that's the problem that I'm having with it.
Well, so it depends on the prompts. You have to teach it, right? And so the big problem has been, I've obviously done a lot of research on this with a few other friends in the industry, right? And we're writing a piece together that I think will help a lot of people understand. But the issue is, if you do too well in the prompting now, you're sharing that do well with everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So everything you do right now to Chat GPT or any of the AI generation based models, you're sharing it with the public.
Okay.
So if you have special intellectual property, like you're a really good writer, you're sharing that talent with everybody. So one of the things that a lot of the sort of like influencer level, the John Grishams of the world on the writing side and the Steven Spielbergs on the video production side are waiting for is private AI models where you can generate content using AI but not share it with the world.
But keep your IP protected.
That's the difference in what Apple's doing and spending $100 billion in AI development versus what Google's doing, spending $9 billion. I don't know if you saw Google's launch to this past weekend where they showed the new generation of AI, and even the guy on the stage couldn't get it to work. He had to do it 3 times to get it to work. It's a great video if you want to see it.
That reminds me of like
Genesis,
being on the trade show
Gemini.
floor and asking someone to do a product video and then their product doesn't work in the video.
I mean, it does happen. I mean, look, this real world. But I mean, here they set up this hundreds of thousands of maybe millions of dollars production, right? Gemini. You should just Google it and watch the guy who's the product head. I mean, I'm pretty sure people got fired right after that because he was like, watch this. And he took a picture of it and then asked it a question. It didn't do anything. It just spun. Then the greatest part of the video is he's using an Android.
Yeah.
When he finally gets it to work, he's using an iPhone, which I thought was the greatest thing, right? He goes, well, let's try this other device. And then he uses an iPhone and it works. So anyway, what Apple is doing, what they're launching next month, what they're going to make public is called Apple AI. It puts the AI on the chip. So it's in the processor and you decide when to go to Chat GPT 4.0. So you say, I want to go outside, but when you prompt it, all the content comes back into the device and stays private. So the prompting does not go public, even though it's using the public 4.0 database. So it's a unique way of looking at it, but it's the difference in spending $100 billion on development. Like Facebook has spent the second most, which is, well, actually, no, I think Microsoft's spending the second most. I think they're spending like 60 billion and Meta's spending 40 billion and Google spent 9 billion. So you can see the difference in the amount of money you're spending. So
they just didn't spend enough money. So it didn't
it is going to come down to engineering power, right? It's going to come down to how many engineers you have doing how many things at one time right now, because it's a race to build this massive dynamic processing database, for lack of a better term. I'm sure actually our guest today will probably have some input on it. I mean, he's smarter than me from an engineering perspective. We're going to actually have Hal Truax come on, who just made a big announcement. If you haven't heard the announcement, stay tuned because we're gonna have a chance for you to ask him yourself. So if you're watching us live, by the way, we come on live every Wednesday at 9 a.m. We restream this at noon. We switch from noon to 9 a.m. for our regular show so that our European viewers and the UK viewers could see us live, not during dinner, but during the normal work hours. We also restream at noon because we know nobody in California, except for Hal, gets up earlier than 8 o'clock in California, so we can't count on them to be up too early. So in any case, that's why we do this, what we do. And look, we come to you live at raypubs.com, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, all the places, YouTube.
Twitter,
yep. or
Yeah.
X, I guess it's X. But
Oh.
I do like the fact that nobody is saying formerly known as Twitter. I like the fact that they're just saying X now. But
Okay.
in any case, I think that's AP style. You
It,
probably know more about that.
I think it's still just kind of confusing if you say X. Like,
Yeah.
not everyone immediately knows. But
So hey,
whatever.
Steph, I'm gonna be in beautiful
Beautiful.
Scottsdale, Arizona. There's no
Yeah.
better time to go to Scottsdale, Arizona than the last week of August.
Yeah.
I'm going to be there for the Envision show.
That's cool. So this is TD SYNNEX's symposium. So tell me what goes on there. Who is it for?
So
Why should
TD
people go?
SYNNEX did something. They like step back, and they're doing something nobody else is doing, which is, hey, if you're a new salesperson in AV, like you've got less than 3 years experience or you're brand new, come to this symposium for 2 days, and we're gonna teach you everything you need to know to sell AV. Our world is different. It's even if you sold SaaS before, you sold, you were at Best Buy, or you were at you were selling normal technology. We're kind of on this weird prong of technology.
Yeah.
Selling AV is very different. Selling UC is very, very different, and selling digital signage is weird as hell. So this conference is going to be it's all aimed at brand new people that are in sales, not people that are doing design of systems, not people who are doing install, not people who are in management. We don't want any managers there. We want entry-level salespeople there. And so yeah, I'm gonna kick it off with a keynote that's going to be all about some of the techniques. I'm going to talk about crossing the chasm and how what the difference is between early adopter and early majority, and sort of how to change your sales technique and how to read the audience with regard to that. So yeah, I'm excited about that. So if you're interested in signing up, scan that QR code on the screen and you can register. You have to qualify though. If you've been in the industry longer than 3 years, you're not going to qualify to go. So don't bother. We're looking for entry-level salespeople, Steph.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So coming up in September, early September, we've got CEDIA Expo, which is really exciting. That's, Gary and I talk about how much we love the technology at CEDIA. This is basically, we're shopping. We're looking for all of that high-end residential technology. Yeah. Stuff that we totally can't afford. Like, I don't think I'm going to be taking a CC'd home anytime soon, but I do look forward to seeing it at CEDIA every year.
You got to give some context to what you just said.
For those of you who are unaware, the CEDIA is this amazing display that is for outdoor residential, and it is built to come out of the ground like this, and then it accordions out, and then the seams become invisible. It is one of the most beautiful displays I've ever seen in my life. And Gary, how much did we figure out it was? Was it 300,000?
I think it's 270.
Yeah.
But
yeah, so if any of y'all have that laying around,
if you have a giant backyard,
want
to turn into a movie theater, drive-in theater, whatever. Yeah, if
you don't feel like buying a house in, say, I think that you could buy a house in maybe like Willow Spring, North Carolina for that money, you could buy this display instead. But anyway, CEDIA Expo 2024, the launch pad is coming back. This is for companies that are brand new to the market, or are, just kind of entering AV, or are just brand new companies in general. So really excited to check out some of these companies. Gary, Applied Sensor is one of the ones I'm looking forward to seeing. This is a company that develops cost-effective smart textile technology that can turn any textile into a smart one.
Yeah, I'm interested in the future of that. Because some of the companies that are innovating there are based in North Carolina. The company that invented the blue LED is based here in North Carolina, and
it's true.
They make a fortune now since they have a patent on it. But yeah, there's a lot of companies that are in the textile, in the clothing manufacturing, textile generation business.
Yep.
And some of the ideas there is that if LEDs become cheaper, we integrate them into clothing, we integrate them into surfaces like wallpaper and drapes and things like that. Maybe we can do some cool things with that from a standpoint of lighting, but also ambient design elements. And of course, who knows what the future is going to bring. So yeah, there's a bunch of companies that are going to be part of the launch pad at CEDIA. But look, here's the deal. If you want to go to a different kind of show, you want to see something different, and you possibly might want to enter, like if you want to do, let's say you're a commercial integrator and you want to do bars and restaurants. Bars and restaurants are a combination of high-end residential and commercial together.
Yep.
It's not the same as, you don't go into a bar using commercial stuff. The problem with that is the user interface, because you can't expect to train 60 different servers on how to change the channels when they're used to using a home remote control. So you almost have to provide them a home remote control to change the channels. Well, to do that, but still keep the system operating and not be able to be interfaced and fiddled with by a smart patron requires a level of expertise that's quite different. So yeah, this is the kind of stuff that's at this show. And of course, our guest, Hal Truex, I'm sure he'll be there because Aurora has been a big supporter of the CIX show, which is commercial integrator side of CEDIA, which is connected onto CEDIA, and a lot of bigger brands will be there. All the big UC brands are going to be there. A lot of the LED brands are going to be there. Sony, Planar, LG, Samsung, of those, and then of course a lot of the signal processing companies will be there. Crestron, Aurora. And JetBill will be there. So we're going to go there. We're going to cover the show. We're bringing a whole crew of people. We're going to shoot videos. We'll probably shoot 400 to 600 videos, depending on how big the show floor is. Steph and I are going to do rAVe TV some. I think Steph's going to do a lot of it by herself because I have to teach here at UNC and I'll be flying in. But I am doing a class there. But another show that was introduced yesterday, Steph, was the NSCA Expo Experience, XBO. That's interesting. That is designed as a way to get young people in our industry, right? And a big patron of that is going to be Extron. Extron's a big supporter of that concept of getting young people in the industry. And we do have a problem. A lot of us who've been in the industry a long time are still getting older. We haven't figured out a way to reverse that. So therefore, we got to figure out a way to get young people like Steph in the industry. We need more Stephs. That's what their tagline should be. We need more Stephs.
We need more Stephs.
I'm going to that.
This is kind of off topic, but
I'm serious. I'm calling Tom.
I was talking to Tim Albright the other day, who's over at AV Nation, and I was like, what I really want to do? I want to go and take CTI's engineering boot camp and write about what that experience is like. And Tim was like, I love that idea. We would love to send you to that.
You should absolutely go, Steph. Absolutely. You should definitely go. All right, sign up for that.
Let's go. Bring all the young people with me.
And one of the ways that companies in our industry have solved the problem of the complexity of selling systems in our industry is doing stuff like what Shure has done with the STEM audio ecosystem. And they've got a new feature called Room Check. So we want to show you a piece on that real quick because the STEM audio is really kind of cool. Check it out.
Welcome back, everybody, and welcome to Hal Truex of Aurora Multimedia now. He is their new Vice President of Sales and Marketing. So first of all, Hal, welcome.
Thank you very much. It's cool to be here. It's actually been very entertaining watching the show so far. So I'm having a great time this morning.
Well, we've been doing this for 3 years. I'm glad you're finally watching it. We had to force you to come on and be a guest to watch it. But ultimately, we hope that you'll watch more. We know that the Aurora team watches it now that you're part of Aurora. What are you going to do for Aurora?
For sure. Yeah, it's been super entertaining. I will tune in from now going forward.
What are you going to do for Aurora? I know that people may or may not know you. I think most people do know you, but
the title's VP of Sales and Marketing, like Steph said, and really. It's a global role, so I'm excited, and overseas we have Roy Leggett, who I worked with before, so it's great to be working with him again and working with Patty on the marketing side and everything. And what's really cool to me is a bunch of things actually about Aurora Multimedia, but get to work with Paul, and Paul, is an engineer and he's so passionate about his company. And it's really refreshing to have somebody so really driven and that understands the industry and really cares about the industry and wants the industry to get better, And being here, so I think my role here really is to focus a little bit on brand marketing, letting more people know who we are and really why. Look at Aurora, why Aurora, and evangelize from my side, evangelize more potential clients and customers, get our rep network really energized and as excited about the product as I am, and really just spread the word. We've got some really cool stuff, and I don't mean it to be an Aurora commercial, but I mean, like our AV over IP stuff is super cool. It's VPX. It's less than 1.8 millisecond latency, so it's basically zero latency. All the stuff that Aurora has in AV over IP are transceivers. So if there's a distribution component to this, everybody's always got the right endpoint in stock. You don't have to worry about receivers and transmitters or decoders and encoders. And a lot of cool stuff. One of the things I'm sure you guys have seen already is that we're launching AuraCast as a plugin for our endpoints for our VPX, and combine that with, that makes it ADA compliant and a lot of features and benefits that other endpoints don't have, and combine that with the power usage that we have, which is 30% of what our competitors or what the average is in the industry. So we're really good for people looking for leads, design and construction, and people that have ADA projects. So it's really cool.
Well, you've been in the industry for a long time. What do you mentioned, obviously you mentioned the products and the technology. What are you going to do to keep a meeting with Paul Harris shorter than 1 hour? How are you going to do that? Because I don't see that as something that you're going to be able to figure out. So I just want to know how you're going to do that. I want to know.
Okay, so I figured out a lot so far. Really, to be honest, I figured out a lot of paths, and that hasn't been a consideration yet, but I'll let you know. Right now, I'm enjoying the conversations with Paul, and
he is a really cool guy. He's so much fun to talk to because he's honest.
He is.
He's upfront, but he's also very smart.
He's so smart. I remember I talked to him. He showed me the Reacts room, I think it was at ISE, and I just learned so much about how much thought that he had put into that product based on the way he was talking to me. He wasn't talking at me either. He was kind of saying have you ever felt awkward when you're joining a meeting and you don't really know where to sit? I really tried to think of all of the things in a meeting that make someone feel awkward, and I tried to solve these while making it easy to join. And it gave me a lot of respect for him, just sitting and talking to him and listening to how much thought and care he had put into that. He's a really, really smart dude.
Well, and so I agree with that wholeheartedly. I don't think anybody will disagree with that. He's a genius guy.
Yeah.
And his love for the industry, it's really infectious. My love for the industry, right? I mean, so we've got a lot of commonality. I think I'm an intelligent guy. I know I've been in the industry a long time, and he and I together, it's really neither one of us are at a loss for words. So it's a really good conversation, and it is right now a conversation. It's not a monologue. So I really enjoy that. I'm excited to be representing a company and working with a company that's got so much U.S. manufacturing.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of concerns in the world about security and different things, and people have intellectual property concerns. So Paul's done a lot to protect that and protect his customers and his clients that use that. So there's a whole world that I'm excited to delve into and figure how we can, strengthen Aurora's go-to-market effort, evangelize more people on the brand. And I think once we just start telling more people what we really do and how we're truly disruptive and different, it's going to be super fun.
I think I tend to agree with you. As somebody who teaches branding and marketing at UNC, I think that's been a component that's been missing with Aurora. I think Aurora does a really good job. Patty does a phenomenal job getting product information out. But the problem is that there's 30 of you. There's 30 different companies that look the same to somebody who doesn't know the difference between them, right? You've got the big ones, Crestron, Extron, but then you've got 30 companies that all kind of look the same. And what's the differentiator? And you mentioned one of them right there, the fact that you're made in the U.S. But there's a lot of others that you could sort of capitalize on. So I think your expertise there will be helpful.
Yeah, and you're right. You know, all the people in signal distribution, when you focus on product marketing, even though there's unique features and benefits that probably each manufacturer has, when people look at the box, they see IOs and they see a rectangular box, and
And
they're
they're all
like,
black.
"Oh, it looks like you know, brand XYZ."
Yep.
So we've got really our you know, cross to bear, and what's really going to be fun for me is working with Patty and working with the industry on the brand, right? Who are we? What do we stand for? And you know, really, that's the exciting part and the fun part for me. 'Cause I'm just, what's today? Today's
14th.
Thursday, Wednesday. Gosh.
Mhm.
Okay, so it's my third day at Aurora,
Oh, wow.
and I'm every day I'm having more trouble sleeping than I had before because I'm really truly excited about the brand.
That's
Excited
awesome.
to learn more and dive in and figure out, you know, how we can package this, how we can convey the message and get as excited as I am and Paul are about the product and what we're doing here.
That's
So,
awesome. Well, I mean, congratulations to Aurora. They made obviously a really good decision by hiring you on.
I think so.
I'll leave you with one piece. We do have to go to finish our show here, Hal, but I'll leave you with one piece of advice. Dump the word multimedia.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to listen to that. I'll see you guys in Denver. I'm super excited. All right.
Yep. Excellent.
That
Thanks for
sounds
joining
good.
us. Really appreciate you being on, and congratulations to both you and to Paul Harris. I'm really excited for Paul and his company, and say hello to Patty for us.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you guys.
Hey,
Take
thank
care.
Yeah,
you.
thanks,
I'm
Hal.
going to tune in.
All right, good. I'd say, hey, by the way, another one of our sponsors is Aver, and their latest Pro AV cameras are certified with Zoom rooms for the new presenter focus feature. That includes the TR211, the TR315, TR315N, the 335, 335N, 313V2, the 313V2,
NV2.
323NV2. Auto tracking series cameras are all certified for Zoom rooms presenter focus, and yeah, so check it all out. You can scan that QR code and see all of that, and of course we got a story on rAVe Pubs about it as well.
Yep.
Yeah, so you can check out, go to our website, just type in Aver if you can't find it. And in other news,
We got a lot of Dante news this week.
Yeah, a lot
in
of
the
Dante
back.
news.
Have you noticed that?
You know, there's 400 plus adopters of Dante, yet there's now always new stuff happening
There's
with all the
always
neat
new
Dante.
stuff.
And two of the bigger news stories which will affect CEDIA
Mm-hmm.
and CIX are SoundTube, which is a company that has been in audio for a long time. They were the first network audio company, by the way, Steph. They were the first ones to have network of addressable
wow.
speakers where you send a network signal to it rather than a speaker wire to it. They actually added Dante as an input, and also Origin Acoustics also added Dante into their amps. So now what's interesting there, Steph, it shows you how these consumer / residential companies are moving into the commercial side because you can't be in the commercial without Dante. But it also shows how Dante is moving into the residential side.
Yeah.
So you're going to see that in a home. You know, it used to be
Just
that you put in your house, you
time.
want left and right, left and right, left and right. But now we
Yeah.
realize we don't need left and right. We just want to hear the audio.
Yeah, it's very true. But
Yeah.
just in time for CIX for this to be happening. It's exciting.
And we broke the news about Avocor, by the way. We were the first company. We broke the news about Avocor being purchased by AUO Displays, the Display Plus division of AUO.
Oh yeah, we talked about. I mean, I think you and I talked offline about this last
Yeah.
week.
Yeah, we knew about it a week before. We were the first ones to report it, and it doesn't make it. It's not a surprise to anyone because that's who was making a lot of the Avocor displays. So it makes sense, and it could be good for both sides, right? Because it gives AUO other partners that can have collaboration displays, but also gives them a little bit more money to market outside of just the collaboration market, because Avocor has a good brand. Avocor could be more than just collaboration displays, and I think you'll see that in the future. So yeah, so we got a third sponsor, Steph, and I think we got a video on the new Chief tiled DV LED universal wall mounts that we shot at Infocom.
Yeah, whatever video shooter took that product video at Infocom clearly
did
did a
a good job. We gotta hire
phenomenal
them again.
job. We got to bring him back. No, that was a video that Legrand gave
I thought
to
we were
us
going to use
to
our
show.
product video. Sorry about that.
We'll do that next time.
All right. So Corbett also acquired NFS technology. Specifically, what's interesting here is that Corbett's a digital signage company that is now entering the UC. Now, they've already kind of been in UC because you can use Corbett's CMS and their players and their software system on Zoom rooms and team rooms if you had a media player. But now they're actually with NFS, they're going into room management, specifically room booking. So
space booking.
Yeah, we see the merging of those two markets in a lot of ways. I think we're going to see digital signage just be incorporated into everything. I've said for many years that the future of digital signage is just going to be called advertising.
It's true. You have said that.
Yeah. And by the way, that story that Black Box put out, I felt like they were asking for, hey, hackers, come try. Because they had their Cybalt division. Those customers that were using Cybalt as a plugin on Windows-based machines apparently did not have any issues with the CrowdStrike takedown on July 17th. I think it was 16th or 17th. So they were basically bragging about it, and hey, why not? If they actually did prevent that from happening, and so if you want to learn more, we started a security newsletter because of this. We see more integrator stuff going into security.
And I think the next newsletter is going out tomorrow. So go ahead and sign up to.
Yeah, if you haven't subscribed to that, if you're interested in getting into cybersecurity or physical security, we're covering both in rAVe security.
It's true.
Yep.
All right. So another Dante story. So this is Audio Controls ETV. This is a converter that converts to Dante and connects the stereo audio signal from a video display via, how do you say EARC? How do you say that? eARC. Okay. Yeah. I wanted to say that, but if it was wrong, it was going to be embarrassing.
No, it's
because it's one of those words that I've only ever.
ARC allows you to loop the audio back so you can connect it to an external audio device through HDMI. So for example, a lot of people connect up Sonos bars using the ARC port on a TV. So it's either an input or an output.
Right. So this
allows you to put it on Dante. So what's nice about that is now you can send that signal from that audio device, TV even, to all the TVs in a space or all the
any other zone,
anything connected up Dante. So it's pretty cool. So the little ETV adapters, unique. It's the first of its kind. I've not seen another company do this. So I think it's pretty kind of cool. I like it.
And the last story that we have to cover today is from Snap One. This is the Wattbox IP. These are controllable power distribution. Knew I was going to mess that up. Distribution units, PDUs, designed for 20 amp systems. So there are 3 new ones in the series, and they have the same features as Wattbox's original 800 series, including the oversee remote monitoring and all of that. But yes, these new ones have a few updates.
Well, the biggest thing here is you can get 20 amps out of it. Normally, a circuit in a house is 15 amps, so you can put in a 20 amp circuit if you want to. Yeah, if you want to power more, you need more power, and ultimately this would probably lead them to go into the European market at some point in time. But Snap One is now going to be part of ADI, if you remember, Steph. So that's a new development there, and I'm sure they'll be talking. It'd be interesting to see how they assimilate the two brands if they do at CEDIA next month. Because both of them are big players in both the commercial and the AV and that residential market. So it's been a busy show. I mean, we're at 9:35. We're trying to keep it to 30 minutes. We went to 35 minutes.
We're talkers. If there's one thing that people need to know about us, we like to chat.
Yes.
But Gary, it's been a good show. Love doing this every week with you. Same. Looking forward to the episodes we're going to do during CEDIA Expo. I know that I'm going to be doing the majority of them alone, but I think that, we're going to have a good time.
I might tap in every once in a while.
Just to say, hey, sounds good.
All
right. Well, everybody, thanks for watching. This is another Wednesday episode of rAVe TV. We will see you again next week. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
It's the weekly show about Pro AV with the hottest news in the AV industry. It's rAVe TV.